So let's talk about this situation. So we do have, once again, the Hierophant in the past position. So the Hierophant indicates some type of institution. It indicates order. It indicates stability. Okay. And for a lot of you who are in marriage situation, I feel that there is some shenanigans happening in the marriage situation. So either two people are not agreeing on how they are able to handle finances, one person being too extravagant with money, and the other person, wanting to invest in different things, wanting to, if you have like joint finances as a couple, or if you're in a long-standing committed relationship, there might be mishaps about how you both want to spend your money, how you want to pool your resources. So there's some issues regarding money, I feel, in this spread. At the same time, I feel like the women, if you're, regardless of whatever gender, whatever gender you date, I feel like a lot of this month, it's the women that are shouldering the relationship. So your partner might not be making enough money. If you're in a committed relationship, there might be some issues about your partner coming on to hard times, not being able to pull their weight in a relationship. You are the one that has to step up, that has to take care of the household, that has to, budget and, try to, you're dipping into your savings, you're in the red, and it's because your partner is hitting some hard times. Either that, or they're being very extravagant with the money. I do feel money, finances, is going to be somewhat of a deal breaker for a lot of relationships, not because you care about money, but mainly because you want things to be balanced, to be even, to be fair. And I feel that a lot of you are approaching relationships more from the practical standpoint, and you don't want to be in a situation where either you and your children, your livelihoods are being jeopardized as a result of somebody's, indiscretion when it comes to spending. So I feel like there is somebody who is very, very extravagant in your environment, and they're very intelligent, very capable, but for some reason they might not be able to find good jobs on the job market. I don't know why. Or they're just really bad with handling resources. Okay. So something like that is happening in your environment. And I feel like it is coloring the way you are approaching a relationship. Okay. And I feel like the women greatly are stepping up in the relationship, trying to keep everything afloat, trying to, put their foot down. And Sagittarius women are great at that. So I feel like a lot of you are doing that in your relationships, where if your man has, hit some rough spot when it comes to his financial flow, you are stepping up to take control of a situation. A lot of you are just stepping up in general, putting your foot down and telling people what you will not tolerate. So I do feel that a lot of you are, even though it's difficult, even though it's not something that you want to do because you want to let other people arrive at situations and resolve things on their own, this time you're not going to have that much patience, because I feel like you were shouldering the weight of the relationship for quite some time and you've had it. So I feel like some finality, putting your foot down, telling it as it is, and possibly breaking relationships off completely because you've had it. So this is going to play out for a lot of differently for different people, but I do feel that for a lot of you there might be an air sign in your midst. Okay, and we do have the Knight of Swords here. Knight of Swords here is an energy that is very, very fast moving, combative, an energy that is very, very decisive. So this is something that you can bring to the table, or another person is bringing to the table. When it's an air sign, is usually Aquarius, Gemini, and Libra. But I do feel, because it's showing up in the at the center of the reading, this is somebody that can be potentially a great source of inspiration for you. They also have a habit of rushing in too fast. They might be a little bit abrasive, or they might have a lot of projects and they don't really follow through. And what's crossing it here is the Success card. And the Success card crossing this Knight of Swords is usually somebody with a lot of plans, a lot of ideas. They might talk big, but they don't really have concrete evidence of success in the real world. Okay, so ladies, if you are out dating, men, you are going to encounter people that talk big, but they don't really have anything to prove. So you want to be very careful, okay? I don't feel it's an air sign energy. I just feel like it's an energy because we have the Knight of Swords and the Knight of Cups. And both of these cards tell me that, you have people that they're all talk. When it comes to following through, they're lacking, or they're going to disappoint you. And they make plans, they don't follow through, or they have, like attention problems where they're not fully committed to one person either. So you are dealing with somebody who is quite potentially manipulative, or even, who says the right things to get exactly what it is that they want from you, and then they don't call you the next day. So be very careful when you're out in dating for this month, okay? What I'm also sensing as the foundation here is we do have the Two of Coins. The Two of Coins potentially is juggling two people. We do have an air sign as well as the water sign. So water signs are Cancer, Scorpio, and Pisces. So a lot of you might be juggling two people, men or women. It doesn't, I don't feel it's gender specific. I feel that a lot of you Sagittarius women are juggling two people. And I feel that towards the end of the month, you are going to finalize on one option, okay? And I know it's a difficult decision. A lot of you might end up with, you're letting one of them go. So I feel that a lot of you might end up with the water sign. I'm sensing a lot of you might end up with the water sign. I don't know why, but I feel that even though you would be compatible with the air sign, but I feel like you're going to end up with the water sign because you want somebody who's a little bit more nurturing, okay? I feel that the air sign is actually going to work out well for you because it's showing up in the upright position, whereas the water sign is reversed. Like the cards came out like this. But for some reason, you have a strong affinity with the water sign, so you might go with the water sign. But regardless of who you choose, I do feel that for you, it seems like the right choice. So that's all it matters. As long as it seems like the right choice to you, go with it and, just work things out. And whatever problems you encounter in the future, you will work it out. So I feel like there's a juggling energy, juggling two jobs, juggling your finances. A lot of you, like I mentioned, are shouldering the weight of the relationship. So if you're dating other people, you could potentially be the sole breadwinner in the family, or you're shouldering the responsibilities of just taking care of other people around you, family situations. The whole family unit might have landed on some hard times, and you're potentially juggling two jobs in order to survive. By the end of the month, you are going to have to narrow down your options though, because I feel like it's draining you energetically. It's really draining, and I don't feel that you can sustain this type of lifestyle, okay? In terms of the advice here, we do have the Five of Pentacles, and this is the card greatly about financial difficulties. So it was the energy permeating throughout the reading. So that's why I felt like it was very, very finance focused. You are going to overcome this. I just want you to know that, okay? It's going to take some time, and I don't feel it's going to be as long a time as you initially thought. You're probably thinking to yourself, when is this financial situation going to uplift? And we have some very favorable cards that indicate to me possibly in a period of 3 weeks, 3 months, and even, something sooner. Well, 3 weeks, 3 months. 3 months is a little bit more realistic. So I do feel it is going to lift, okay? So around the May time frame, yeah, the May time period, 3 months. External to your environment is the Nine of Cups. Nine of Cups is a wish card. It is having a lot of opportunities, a lot of abundance. This is also a lot of protection, okay? Those, I don't know what they are, but they're little birds. They look very robotic. So she has some type of protection, divine protection happening around her. And I feel that for a lot of you Sagittarius, you have a very good heart. And I feel that, with the Saturn in your transiting your sun sign right now, you are going to encounter a lot of responsible people, new people especially. They are going to be very responsible. They are going to be great mentors to you. And I feel that if you need help, you have to reach out, okay? Because new people especially are very willing to help you, but you really want to do it on your own. I feel like It's the same thing with the Five of Pentacles. It's kind of like being in a cave and feeling very, very alone and unwanted. But you can see all those lights are shining in, and all she has to do is reach out. So I feel like external to your environment, you have a lot of people that want to help you out. If you are looking for opportunities for like investors, somebody to fund projects for you, if you're like a starving artist, God forbid, if you're like a starving artist and you're looking for some type of an angel investor coming through, or a muse or a mentor to help you, or even, you know, some type of whatever investment that you're looking for, I do feel that there is help coming through around you. And it is circulating around your environment. So no matter what, you are going to see this energy. A lot of you are going to get some very positive communication regarding finances, okay? And something that is going to allow you to totally transform this poverty mentality. It's going to turn around greatly for the better. In terms of your hopes and fears, we do have the Hermit. And the Hermit card is your spirit guide showing up in, I feel like almost in a physical form. A lot of you are praying and asking for guidance, okay, as to what you should do about a certain relationship. A lot of you are thinking about a relationship that is heavily weighing you down. I feel like it's a relationship with somebody. It's a long-standing relationship. It's weighing you down. It's on its last leg, and you're asking whether or not you should file for divorce. And the answer, unfortunately, is yes, because it is weighing you down. And I feel like it's finance related because the other person is not able to hold up their end of the bargain. Additionally, there might be some juggling situation, juggling act with multiple people involved, and you're not going to have a choice here but to bite the bullet and file for that divorce, and your life is going to pick up from there, okay? Because this is an ongoing situation and you can't do it any longer. Others of you, you're praying for some guidance. You might have two options, and these are new options. And you're asking, you know, what should I do, and what should I do about this situation? And I feel that the answer that they're giving you is work on yourself, and this relationship is going to take some time. So that's the message I feel needs to be conveyed. Okay, if you're choosing between two people, just know that whoever you choose is going to work out, but it's going to take some time, and it's going to require a lot of self-work, a lot of healing work on yourself, a lot of rebuilding your foundation, making you feel good about, you know, overcoming the poverty mentality in order to be a good relationship partner. Additionally, for the specific few who have their eyes on somebody, possibly an older person, who is entangled in their own relationship. They're either married, separated, or something like that. Their relationship is coming to an end. So if you're asking your spirit guide, the answer is, it is going to be 3 months before you and the other person come together. Okay, that's what I'm sensing here. And I'm saying that because I feel like this. There is somebody who is incredibly charming, attractive, and just, you know, who has taken your breath away, okay? And you feel as if they're in a relationship. So you might have broken things off with them recently because they're in a relationship. And I feel like it's going to take them some time, possibly a period of 3 months, for this relationship to come together in the future, okay? But I feel like separation is going to happen. Them from their significant other, or they're going to wrap up whatever loose ends they had to in order to come back to you, in order to come to you, approach you, or come back to you. So I do feel it is going to take some time. So either way, it looks very positive. So the only thing here is that I do feel that for a lot of you, you're at a junction regarding a major significant relationship that is finance related, okay? And I just want to say that whatever you decide to do, I feel that you're on the right track. You are showing up here as the Empress, male or female. And the Empress is, she makes the hard decisions in order to secure the greater good, okay? And you know, emperors and empresses, they rule empires, and they have to take into account the people. So that means children, property, you know, things like that. And sometimes you have to sacrifice one thing for the greater good. And it's painful, yes, but it's necessary. It's a necessary evil. And I feel like with the Three of Swords, it indicates some type of an emotional pain, some type of separation. So a lot of you might have to sacrifice something in order for you to preserve something else, sacrificing one person to go ahead with another, or even sacrificing a very toxic relationship partner. They might not be bad people, or they could be quite manipulative. But what I'm sensing is that you're coming to the point where you realize that this is the last straw. I have to protect myself. I have to preserve, maintain my own sanity, so I can't stay in this relationship anymore. Okay? And what else is coming through for you in terms of the outcome is the Eight of Coins in the reverse. And the Eight of Coins is a situation where we are working very, very diligently in the reverse position, working at a situation and not building up anything of value, not accumulating wealth as a result. So I feel like a lot of you are just at this point very, I feel like you're afraid about your nest egg in the future. You're afraid about your financial foundation as well. So you have to cut some losses in order for you to start over and rebuild your financial foundation. So I feel like a lot of it is linked up with another person, which indicates to me you might be in a committed relationship. Okay. And I just want you to know that whatever you decide to do, it's going to pan out well, because you are making a difficult decision. Yes. But you're going to be okay. You're going to be protected, okay? So do what you need to do to take care of yourself and to protect yourself. I feel greatly for a lot of you, with the Empress, it deals with fertility as well, okay? So be careful, protect yourself against pregnancy if that's not something that you want. For those of you who are waiting on news about pregnancy, I do sense you are going to get some news, and then there might be, alternative like methods to get pregnant, such as in vitro fertilization, or even like hormone therapy that is going to be discussed in order for you to get pregnant. Okay. So I feel like there might be either just be careful, protect yourself accordingly if you don't want to get pregnant, because the Three of Swords with the Empress together, it might indicate, like miscarriages and things like that, or just other things, but I just want you to protect yourself accordingly, okay? For those of you who are in committed relationships, I feel like the relationship is hitting some major milestones, for better or for worse, but some major milestones that might be irreversible in the upcoming few months. For those of you who are single and dating, you are going to solidify some decision. You're going to make some sacrifices, about who you want to be with. Air sign or water signs, okay? I do feel you are going to end this month with a bang, and you're going to be quite happy. So at least one wish is coming true here. Just be very careful about making, the sacrifices. Don't feel bad about them. We all have to do them, and it takes courage. It takes a lot of strength. You're on the right path, okay, Sagittarius? I do feel that you are going to be very, very happy with the new choices that you've made if you're choosing between two people. For those of you waiting on somebody for them to wrap up their life in order to come to you, it is going to work out really well for you. And I feel that, 3 months is indicated here. So once again, May, something drastic, major is going to happen in May that will help you recover your financial losses, and also to have somebody come back into your life when they're finally ready to give you all of themselves. Okay.